You might feel like your 20s are for making it, getting Forbes 30 under 30, or setting up a 6-figure bank account for the rest of your life. But what we've all got wrong is that your 20s are actually the perfect foundation to plant all these little seeds that will bloom into the life of your dreams in your 30s and beyond. Because what you do now, your habits, your investments, your passions, they will determine whether you're thriving or just surviving a decade from now. So let's talk about the seeds that you can plant today to set yourself up for a future of success that you look forward to every single day. Let's go to therapy and stop blaming the world or our parents for the lack of our happiness and success. Now, the internet really didn't like me saying this one. You can still blame whoever needs to be blamed for the issues in your life and how you've been wronged. But what you can't do is hold on to that blame in replacement of being happy and allowing yourself to be happy despite all of the things that happen to you. You can't use it as a reason to not go out and enjoy life. Your story is your story. The people in your life need to be held accountable and will be held accountable, and you can employ boundaries with them, but don't wait for them to give you closure or for them to take that accountability before you actually just allow yourself to live and be happy. Another seed to plant is killing your phone addiction and implementing office hours for your phone. In this day and age, our dopamine has been completely hijacked by the internet and social media and our phones in general because we are addicted to instant gratification. And this addiction spills into every area of our life. We're unable to build habits that are good for us, that are allowing us to use our time productively, and we've ended up walking around this world as overstimulated yet highly exhausted humans that are constantly stuck in a comparison trap. And what we need is more delayed gratification. We need to save our dopamine for the things that matter, developing deeper connections with people around us, doing the things we actually want to do in our time, and having more focus and self-discipline. Not to mention not being bombarded with the progress of everyone around us constantly on social media. And the great way to do this and implement this seed and kill the phone addiction is to add office hours for your phone. And this is simply treating your phone like you would going into an office, only using your phone between a set number of hours every single day. And you can do this by using focus modes on your phone, having an actual calendar requirement and putting your phone away before and after that time, and sticking to that schedule as if it's literally you going into an office. We need the seed of hobbies in our 20s, and for so many important reasons. In 2019, researchers found that hobbies actually help to mitigate the effects of depression on office workers with longer hours in China. And in 2023, a study on 93,000 adults found that those with hobbies reported higher life satisfaction and higher life purpose than those without hobbies. And there are even different kinds of hobbies, as we all know. A 2021 review found that there's generally 4 different types: psychological, biological, social, and behavioral hobbies. Now, psychological hobbies have an effect on your mood and your overall well-being, while biological hobbies are the ones we commonly do, which are the ones that affect our fitness, our immune function, and generally pain in life, physical pain. Social hobbies tend to help you out with feeling less lonely, building better social relationships and social skills. And behavioral habits are the ones we love the most here on YouTube, the ones that help our habits, our daily habits, and our mindfulness. However, studies have found that if you find hobbies to be a waste of time, you're more likely to be a self-fulfilling prophecy and not really find the benefits of hobbies as something that improves your life. So your mindset towards hobbies has to be the seed that's planted in your 20s. You need to change and reframe the way you view leisurely time and get out of the mindset that all your time spent needs to be productive and towards some sort of monetary or life-fulfilling purpose. Sometimes you can spend time having fun or doing something just to pass the time. So in your 20s, find a couple of hobbies, try everything out, and see what sticks. It's going to make you happier in the long run. Another seed to plant is the pursuit of your passion in any which way possible and with any given time possible. Now, I am not telling you to quit your job and pursue your passion because not everyone has the capability, the time, the energy, and the money to do that. But the seed to plant is to give it a little bit of attention consistently over time in your 20s. Now, when I was 13, I used to build and sell WordPress themes in my free time after school, and I never really pursued this as a career. as you might well know. But it was the gateway to me maintaining a blog online, getting into the blogging world, getting into the YouTube world, and was a great way for me to just maintain a nice documentation habit. I used to document my travels, get into photography and videography because of this hobby, and it was a really nice way to keep in touch and keep alive my designy creative skills. And for me, the side bonus was obviously just opening up this entire new career for me that ended up becoming an option in my late 20s, which I never would have predicted. But for anybody else, having a passion and devoting even just 1% of your time to it in your 20s is a great way to actually just keep your life fuller, because a great habit is being built by doing that. By giving your passions attention consistently in your 20s, you're teaching yourself that fulfillment is a non-negotiable and that life isn't just about what you do for work. Even a few hours a month devoted to something that you are just plain interested in is a habit that will promote the pursuing of joy throughout your entire life. Our passions are also a really great way to discover things about ourselves that we never knew existed. And self-discovery is actually just a great way and a great tool to build confidence in yourself and your values, to avoid those very typical midlife or quarter life crises, because you're essentially teaching yourself to avoid that what if regret, because you are devoting that time to your passion. So there's no thinking, what if I did that in your 20s? You'll also bloom in your 30s and beyond, knowing what you're good at and what your values are, because you've spent all of this time outside of work doing things that you just find fun. Pursuing something that you're passionate about in your 20s in any which way helps you to create an outlet for you that's outside of your work that you can go to, helps create an outlet for you that's always going to be there for you outside of work in the years to come, making life richer and more enjoyable no matter what life throws at you. Now, the big seed to plant in your 20s is understanding investments and compound interest and what it's going to do for your money. Now, starting early with investing your money allows you to take advantage of compound interest, which is essentially just interest on interest. And by starting early, you allow small amounts of money invested in your 20s to bloom into pretty large sums in your 30s and beyond. Establishing an investing habit in your 20s also teaches you the essential skill of financial discipline in your 20s. And financial discipline will allow you to build wealth in multiple different ways in the decades to come if you build that skill early, because you'll know what it takes when you start small and wait it out. You know that delayed gratification is going to reward you later. Practically, your risk tolerance is a lot higher when you're in your 20s as well. You have longer time to recover from the ups and downs of the market, therefore make much greater gains and allow your investments to bloom at a much higher rate. Early investing creates that financial cushion, which then allows you way more flexibility, freedom, and options in your 30s and beyond. And we all know that wealth isn't the amount of money you have in the bank, it's the amount of choice you have when you're older. And building assets and creating wealth gives you that choice. And what does choice do? It reduces stress. And the final seed to build in your 20s that I will never ever shut up about is building a personal brand. What was once icky to me in my early 20s is now the thing that allowed me to quit my corporate job, build multiple income streams, and pursue my passion at the same time. But outside of what I've done with my personal brand, generally having a personal brand makes you so much more visible and memorable in your industry, creating you loads of career opportunities for your future. A personal brand that you can build an audience for allows you to monetize multiple different streams, some of which probably don't even exist yet, by allowing you to actually monetize and productize your skills, your knowledge, your literal experience of the world and the career world, maybe even creating new passions and interests for yourself. Building a personal brand is also kind of like just creating a magnet of yourself, because it allows you to just attract other people who are like you, and it makes networking a lot less icky because you automatically just end up in spaces surrounded by people that you actually like, that you have common interests with, and that are on the same journey as you. And expanding your network with meaningful relationships is essentially what makes the whole journey of brand building and having an audience online a lot more fun as well. I've also found that sharing ideas and sharing your journey online in creative ways helps you find your authenticity and your voice amongst all of the noise online that exists in professional industries and in the online world. And understanding your authenticity and where your voice is and what you stand for is a really great basis to build for leadership skills in your 30s and beyond. So even if online communities or brand building isn't the thing you want to do for your main job, it opens you up to a lot more opportunities later on in life. So if you're in your 20s, try planting these seeds in really small amounts, no matter where you are. And actually, I personally think that these seeds can be planted at any time, at any point in your life, in order for them to bloom. They just need to be seeded and watered, right? They just need to be planted and watered every now and then. Now, my favorite one, and the thing that I think is going to prevent me from ever having any more mental breakdowns, is pursuing my passion and having hobbies, because that's ultimately what makes life fun and gives you a lot more stuff to talk about with your friends and family. So let me know what seed you're going to plant first, and if you've already planted any seeds, how are they doing? Are they seeding yet? Are they sprouting? And if you enjoyed this video, you might want to know about the significant life upgrades I made whilst on a moderate salary, which I will link right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.